All right, everyone. We have the week 13 recap. We'll also be looking at the playoff matchups as well. So let's start off with me and Mo's team or matchup. We so just trying to make sure. Okay, this is my team over here, and Mo copied my name over here. So just kind of remember that. So I'm knocked out. I got knocked out. Four straight losses. Um, Golden Tate had a good game. What hurt me was just my running backs just killed me all year. Thought I traded for Gurley, who was doing pretty good the past, or not pretty good. Decent. Kind of sucks now. And then Miller just completely flopped the last 2 weeks. Just flopped. That's what he kind of killed me towards the end. Um, and then let's see. If I started Ertz, that'd been another close to 10 points. And then I started Demarius or Malcolm Mitchell over Marquise. Well, I still would have lost, so that would have made up. That would not have made up. Uh, what was that 22 points? So running backs killed me. Julio also killed me towards the end too. Last week he cost me that loss against Dre. Um, Mo's team had another nice day. If he would have started Rolls over Forte, he would have had a you know another 100-point day. Going to the playoffs, he has the best team, no doubt about it. Um, Even if he gets mediocre performances out of Evans and Baldwin, he still has his running backs to pick him up. Even Rodgers didn't have that great of a day. He still found a way to score 97 points. So he's got a damn good team. He's made some good trades, and obviously Elliott was a good selection for him. That's with Allen Robinson not doing anything this year, and you know Baldwin. He didn't he did draft well with his wide receivers, and he still has the number one team in the league. So it's saying something how he's picked up people on the waivers and made some good trades. So every trade he's made is kind of worked out for him. Um, so let's look at the this game. This game had implications for me. If AK lost, I would have went in because I stayed barely within the point margin that I needed to. Um, yeah, this might have been AK's highest scoring game of the year for him. I'm not sure. Um, he's won four in a row. Look at this. This is the difference. I lost four in a row, and he won four in a row. Um, just got good performances out of people. Just to put a nail in my coffin, I guess the two players that I traded to him, uh, Julian Edelman and Michael Crabtree, both did really well for him. Scored about 23 points, which was the difference between a loss and a win for him. It'll be interesting to see if he still had Gurley and Marius Thomas, um, if he still would have won. And he also used one of my wide receivers to trade for Carlos Hyde, who had 10 points. That was a good trade for him. Um, and then Yates tried his best. Props to Yates because he paid attention all year. The past couple weeks when he was mathematically eliminated, and he's got a good team. And he had a good team this year. He just had a lot of bad luck. I believe he was like the fourth leading scorer, and he just had a lot of bad matchups this year. So props to Yates for paying attention this year. And then Meg, who got in by beating Amon. Amon probably had one of his highest scoring games of the year with 57 points. That's actually pretty good for him. Witten didn't do anything, and Matthews ended up not playing. It didn't even matter. He had no one on his bench that could have even filled in. Meng's team, not the greatest. He had a good performance out of McCoy. For a minute there, I thought there was a chance that Amon could actually win, but you know, Tyrod didn't do anything for Amon, and he had no good performances out of anybody. So his team was kind of screwed from winning any games when AJ Green and Gronk got hurt. Um, so those are the three games that really mattered this week. Then you got Dre, who secured a bye with this win against Gunslinger's team. Tough year for Gun, defending champ. Not even the playoffs this year. Um, I thought he had a good team. Just didn't really work out for him. I guess matchups and I mean, he could have won this game, and it looks like he could have won this game. He started, I guess, West over Gore and um, let's see, anyone except for Tim Hightower. Yeah, I think he could have won this game. If he started West over Hightower, that's essentially 18 more points right there. And uh, I don't know, maybe. And then you get Dre's team, who I think is dangerous as well. These are him and Mo are deservingly the best two teams in the league. With along with George too. You could debate George's team in there, but I mean Dre's team also deserves the bye. He made a good trade by trading Lamar Miller to me for Melvin Gordon. It's obvious that he won that trade now, no doubt about it. It was close It was close up until he had these 30-point outbursts, and then you know Lamar Miller just completely crapped the bed. Um, he's got a deep team. Cousins on the bench. He's got a couple good running backs, wide receivers. So those are your two bye teams, and then you got the team, and then you got SN and George. Funny, if I played SN this week, I would have won. Um, he started Kaepernick, which I mean, doesn't the matchup didn't look bad, but once you saw the snow, which I had no idea about, and I probably wouldn't have started that Bears wide receiver. I saw that. That was just awful. That was just an awful play game. The only player that did anything that game was Jordan Howard. So George, 84 points, still gets the W. He started Kenneth Booby Dixon over here. Uh, Jordy, I think we could maybe go back and look on some of these trades that happened throughout the year, because that was a very debatable trade at the time with Odell, and then he got Jordy Ingram, Ingram, and did he get anyone else from that? I think he might have got one more. I'm trying to look at his team. That might have been it, right? Did he just get Ingram? I don't know. If we got time, we'll just back at some of the trades. So why don't we look at the playoff matchups? Uh, where is this? Where's the projected playoff? It doesn't show you the playoff bracket anymore. I guess we'll just have to do it through this now. So playoff number one. Here we go. So we got SN versus AK, and then we got Mang versus Matthew. These are pretty good matchups right here. Um, let's see if we have time to. Yeah, okay. AK versus SN. We have a hot SN or a hot AK team who's won four straight. His team's really coming to his own. Obviously, I think SN will start Newton. Let's see who Newton's playing. Do I have to look at the bench or no? I do not like to. What the hell? Why don't I get to look at the bench? Okay. We'll look at that later. So you got Marshall, Diggs, Booker. Booker looked pretty good last week. He had a good touchdown run. Didn't get that many yards. You know what, man? If AK might have a shot here because I mean, David Johnson's unbelievable. This is the reason why SN is 6, 7, and 6 got in the playoffs. Who is because of David Johnson. There is no doubt about it. Um, Everyone else on his team is. I'm looking at the starting lineup, and Theo Riddick has been pretty solid. Since the beginning of the year, he's been kind of crappy, and then Marshall's just been awful. Um, Diggs hasn't been great. Ebron, Booker, I mean, AK's got a real shot here. And at one point in our league, it was me and SN who had the first round buys. I believe not even that long ago. I believe it was probably 4 weeks ago before we started playing the double matchups. Before I played four straight playoff teams, um, and then we'll now look at uh, George and Meng's matchup. Meng's got some dangerous players too. This will be a battle of the McCoy Landry trade. If McCoy goes off in the game against Pittsburgh, that's gonna really haunt George in the end because he traded him for Landry, who is decent. He's a good wide receiver, but he's not used the best way. He doesn't have his best value in standard leagues. He's a pretty decent PPR player. He gets a lot of catches, but he doesn't get that many touchdowns. Um, and Mang's got Michael Thomas, who is basically a boomer bust player. I had him on my team. I traded him. Jordan Reed, if the Jordan Reed plays, I think. Well, I mean, but Georgia's team's got really just solid players all around. Like Moncrief, who I was really, really high on going into this year, drafted on my team. He got hurt. Didn't have an IR position on our roster. I was really pissed off about that because I thought I didn't even check that. I thought ESPN standards always have IR spots, but apparently not. So I didn't have room on my bench, so I dropped him. And then George just snagged him up the week before I wanted to. Ingram, Murray against the Denver defense. That's a tough matchup. He's gonna need a big performance out of Breeze. That's gonna be big. Breeze kind of shit the bed last week. He's still the number 2 ranked quarterback. It's pretty good. Kelsey's been good. Fat Rob Kelly. It's great. I mean, this is gonna be 2 good matchups. And then we can look at since we know the projected playoff bracket is not going to be easy. So I believe okay. So 1 would play 4 and 2 would play 3. So Dre will get the winner of the Killertron and Godzilla Biscuits matchup. So that would be Dre will either play George or Meng. Mo will either play SN or AK. That's a SN Mo matchup. That'll be great to get to the championship. That would be a great matchup. Even if also AK because SN and AK know each other pretty well too. So we're shaping up for a good playoff run here. That's it. I mean, we could look at the trades. I don't know the time limit, so I might cut out here. It doesn't show me the time limit anymore. So let's go to the transactions. Let's see. I don't know where to find the trades. Maybe we could do that in a different video. Just look back at some of the trades and see how bad they were for teams. Mine would be at the forefront. That would just be basically me roasting myself making that video. So that's it, guys. Also, one note: if you're out of the playoffs, maybe don't make any pickups until after the playoff teams have made theirs. I guess that's just a courtesy thing. We don't have a rule against it, but I mean, I won't be making any pickups. The constellation thing doesn't even matter. So just let these 6 teams just make the pickups they need to make. And then if you need to make any pickups and set a lineup or anything, maybe just wait until after Wednesday. That's just a courtesy thing. We don't have a rule against it, so whatever. That's it, guys. Hope you guys have a good week, and see you later.